We is back. I'm gonna keep real with y'all. I'm tired. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This been a long couple days, man, with this whole dirt situation. Mm. Yo, we might got 2 more years left for Dirk music, yo. It's a wrap. It's a wrap after that, yo. Like I say, yo, sometimes, yo, this is what happens, y'all, when your past come back to get you. It's hard to escape your past sometimes, y'all. It's hard to escape your past, y'all. And I think this is a prime example of that. You know, past came back to God. What's up, y'all? What's up, Vaugh? 144K, what it is. Yeah, but I don't like the narratives that's being spent when it comes down to dirt, you know. Especially the narrative of and DJ Academics brought this to the world. That everybody was saying slide for Vaughn. Now he slide for Vaughn and they call him stupid. I don't really like that. Cause I don't think. Oh, and it's another one. It's another one. That the internet caused them to crash out. Like, oh, people really think that the internet caused Dirk to crash out? Yeah, straight up. It is, Cooper. Yo, see to you for the $20 cash app too. I appreciate that. Say it's best to go legit, get your check, go in the house, but some people wants the bigger street cred. Yo, see the thing is, yo, it took me years to realize that. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like when you're dealing with ignorance and you're dealing with a person that been through a whole lot, sometimes it take you longer to realize that. Like Dirk should have known that by now. He's 30 years old. He should have known that by now, man. Yo, appreciate it. You really good at this and consistent. Yeah, appreciate it. And it's just sad. It's really sad, y'all. The whole situation is sad. You know, from start to finish, from the King Von situation on down. Like everything after King Von is just fucked up. You know, the CEO come up like how he did. Because one thing you can say about Dirk is Dirk ain't cheat the system. Not when it came down to rapping. Dirk was rapping since 2010. And and there was a slowly he went up, came down, went back up, and came back down. You know, and this is a crash landing. For real. Like this is a crash landing, yo, because it could be over. More than likely it's over. More than likely it's over. And I told you I be rooting for these guys, man. I be rooting for the Dirks and the young boys and you understand the dudes that really lived it, that really was around it, really was a part of it, and try to change their situation by their talents that they had. And it always happened like this, y'all. It always happened like this, y'all. But Dirk should have known better, yo. Dirk had good people on this corner. They just might have came around too late. You understand? If Dirk would have had his father around, his uncles around, and some of them old heads that he got in this corner, if he'd have had these people in this corner 15 years ago, we might see a different Dirk today. But they only been around for the last, 3 years. And you seen him start making the changes. But sometimes it be too late, y'all. What it is, Vic? They say almost everyone's street. But a God, it's another level. Yeah, straight up, yo. It's a different, Baltimore culture is different. Like in Chicago, they ain't gonna lie, they be crashing out in Chicago. Yo, like the average Chicago, I ain't gonna say the average, but I can't say the average street guy in Chicago crashes. Like they crash hard. And what I was gonna say is, what's up, G man? What I was gonna say is about this narrative that the internet crashed him out. I don't think it was the internet. I don't think it was in there. I think it was his friends. I think it was his homeboys. I think it was his guys that was in his immediate circle. Running Warrior, what's up? And they couldn't let it go, y'all. King Von was too big of a piece of the puzzle, yo. They couldn't let it go. They wasn't gonna let it go. Like I don't think Dirk needed any help to make this decision on trying to get Quando Rondo out the way. I don't think he needed no help. I don't think he needed no outside entities. That little crew that he had around him was enough. Yeah, his peers, right, exactly. What's up, Box Truck? What's up, Charles? Yeah, that was enough for him. That's all he needed. Now, y'all know law and crime that started getting the black folks business. They did something on Durk. Let's check it out. Yeah, he lost a lot of people, y'all. That take a toll on you, y'all. But I was telling y'all, yo, when you grow up, yo, and all you know is murder and death and shit like that, yo, it's hard not to succumb to those type of circumstances, even with money. The choice is, because the fact that Durk had money don't change his mentality. It just changes his reality, but it don't change his mind. It don't change his thought process. It don't change his thought patterns. It just changes his reality. Durk had the power with the money that he had to change his reality. But mentally, he was still fucked up. Mentally, he was still gone. And you hear it in his music. Shorty always talked about going to the feds, because he knew what he was involved in. And then it'd be situations too like this, yo. Sometimes, yo, you can go so far down this path that it's almost impossible to turn back around. You done went too far left. That's the same thing like how I be saying about this internet and how we need to, we need to fix it a little bit, yo, because it's too much fuck shit. It's like, yo, you can go so far left, it's hard to steer that bitch straight. You understand what I'm saying? It's like you ready to crash out. You ready to crash the car, you got to turn the wheel this way, turn the wheel that way. You feel me? And ultimately, you end up crashing anyway. You ain't have enough time. And I think that's Durk life wrapped up in a nutshell. That's his life wrapped up in a nutshell, man. He ain't have enough time. He was trying to, he was in a life right now when you in an accident and you staring this way, skirt. Like, that's the life he was living. Trying to get the steering wheel straight. It's fucked up though, y'all. It's a sad thing to witness, y'all. But I don't think this is a popular rap art. I don't think this is the end. I think this is the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? I think that this is the beginning of what we're going to see with Durk. And I'm explaining that after this. T-Mac.
Artist is behind bars after a shocking arrest, as authorities accuse him of being connected to an alleged murder-for-hire plot. Chicago rapper Durk Banks, better known by his stage name Lil Durk, was arrested yesterday after allegedly attempting to flee the country, and at this time, he's being held in a Broward County jail in Florida, awaiting transfer to the U.S. Marshals. According to the FBI affidavit, the Grammy Award-winning rapper is charged with conspiracy to commit murder for hire. His arrest comes on the same day as federal prosecutors announced in California the charges of 5 other men for the attempted murder of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo, whose real name is Tyquan Bowman. Prosecutors say those 5 men all have ties to Chicago gangs and all targeted the Georgia rapper in retaliation for the murder of Chicago rapper King Vaugh. According to prosecutors, all 5 men, who include Kevon London Grant, aka Vaugh.
Yo, like I was saying, yo, Durk supposed to see Durk ain't have nobody in the circle. Like yo, when you gotta have your circle tight, yo, and you can't be one of and I'm gonna tell you another thing that hurts people that got money. They don't want to listen to nobody. So even if you do got your circle tight, yo, some of these guys with money don't want to listen to nobody because they think I got the money, I'm always right. But yo, you gotta have a well-rounded team. You gotta have somebody that you gotta have a shooter. You feel me? But then you also gotta have somebody that that their temperament is a little bit different. They're a little bit more relaxed. They good at critical thinking. You understand? You gotta have a well-rounded circle, yo. And I don't think from his homeboys, it looked like most of them guys is all on bullshit. All of them. They was all on bullshit, yo. And the guys, I guess, the ones that probably was around, that did have Durk ear, that boy wasn't listening. Because he was supposed to allow King Von, he's supposed to let that shit die off, yo. But then when you're a rapper, your reputation on the line, And I told y'all, this goes into what I be saying about the drill rapper or the rapper in general. Yo, when you build this perception and you build this image of who you are, you got to stand on it almost for the rest of your life. Almost for the rest of your life, yo, you got to stand on this image. That's why I came after Bun B the way I came after Bun B, because you can't rap gangster shit your whole life. Rap about kicking in doors, rap about murders, rap about selling drugs, and now you become a victim of a crime and you on a witness stand making a victim impact statement. Fuck no. You just sold too much negativity for that. I don't give a fuck if you 50 or not. You made a 30-year career of selling negativity, selling street image to the people. Now some street shit happen and you want to go out like a civilian? Man, fuck no. But that's what happened with these rappers, yo. They build this image of being a gangster, of being a thoroughbred, and they gotta stand on it forever. So even if Durk wanted to let it go, he still got an image to protect. He got a brand to protect, and his brand is street shit. His brand is shooters. But he supposed to allow King Vaugh to go, yo, because King Vaugh crashed himself out. Ultimately, King Vaugh crashed himself out, yo. And you got to get mature enough to realize that. You know, like I told y'all in the other videos, it ain't no right or wrong. Ain't no I'm right with you, right or wrong. Nah, fuck no. Not at 30. Not at 28. Now, when I got kids, and no, yo, it ain't no more right or wrong, yo. That's why you got to make sure everybody around you is moving right. You understand what I'm saying? So when they is done wrong, you can react how you want to react. But King Vaugh wasn't moving right. King Vaugh was moving reckless. King Vaugh wanted to be a gangster. And it hurt everybody. It hurt everybody. You think so?
Asa Houston, aka Boogie, David Brian Lindsay, aka Brown Eyes, Keith Jones, aka Flocka, and DeAndre Dontrell Wilson, aka Didi. They all face charges including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving death, and use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death. And the most serious charge carries up to the death penalty if convicted. According to prosecutors, all 5 men have ties to Lil Durk's hip-hop group Only the Family, also known as OTF. OTF was founded by Lil Durk more than a decade ago. And according to the FBI, OTF members engage in violence, including murder and assault, at the direction of Lil Durk and to maintain their status in OTF. King Von, whose real name was Davon Bennett, was also a part of OTF and frequently collaborated with and was a longtime friend of Lil Durk. King Von was shot and killed in November of 2020 outside a nightclub in Atlanta. He was killed in the early morning hours of November 6th during an argument between 2 groups that escalated into gunfire.
Yeah, he was
fatally shot by Quando's associate Lil
Ted. King Von was a liability, yo. But I think it could be a situation where Durk saying King Von was a liability. Probably was scared of Von. Probably was scared of Von, yo. That's the thing, yo. Sometimes you allow these people like a Von in your circle, it's hard to get them motherfuckers out because they know the inner workings of it, you know? Them motherfuckers will try to bring it down. I'm not saying that was Von, but I'm just saying those things happen. He probably was tired of Von, yo. Because if you think about it, yo, Durk didn't have these problems until Von came around. Durk ain't had these problems till Von came around. Von came around, he brought a whole new dynamic. You understand? Like, Durk was smart enough to know early. Well, not real early. Not early as Chief Keef, but y'all got to get out of Chicago. I got to get out of Chicago. If I want to prosper in this rap shit, I can't do it here. King Von was different. King Von was all about the guys. If you remember when Durk talked, he talked about King Von. He said one of the things he learned from King Von was to look out for the guys. Durk wasn't on that. King Von was about the guys. You know, what's up with the guys? Yo, we got to make sure the guys good. We got to send money to the joint. We got to do this. We got to do that, which is cool. But you don't let it get to a point where it can sink everybody. You don't let it get to that point, yo. And that's a tight rope, you know. That's a thin line, yo, to travel, yo. And some people struggle with that. Some people struggle with looking out for your friends that ain't trying to change versus allowing them same friends to take you down.
After the argument, the indictment doesn't name Davon Bennett, aka King Vaugh, who is
What's
Rob
up, Ben?
Mercury.
Yeah, you're right, Charles.
Proud pro-life legislator.
Mercury's more than that. He co-sponsored an abortion ban with no
Yeah,
exceptions
he loved
for rape
Vaugh.
or incest.
That's why I'm not gonna say that Durk was. That's why I can't blame Durk for what he did. He just didn't do it right. Like, I ain't gonna get on here and say he was dumb for retaliating. Fuck no, that was his guy. But at a certain age, you gotta realize when your guy is wrong, yo. He was wrong. He handled that situation wrong. And that's why, and you know what? You know what? That's probably why everything happened the way it happened. Like, yo, you can't move off bad faith. You know, they came into this beef wrong. You can't be the aggressor and you wrong, yo. That shit, karma gonna hit you. Karma gonna fuck you over because y'all was dead wrong in the situation. King Von crashed out. Now y'all crashing out behind another crash out. So what do you expect to get? Nothing good is gonna happen out of this. Nothing good. Yeah, y'all fuck Rondo career up. He can't make the money he can't make, but look what it's done to y'all. Rondo, even though he going to prison, he ain't going to prison like these guys. Rondo might get 3 years. Rondo gonna get another shot at life. Durk and them might not. They might be done forever. This gonna be like they just gonna have a story to tell. Yo, you remember Durk, yo? Remember OTF, man? OTF was doing that thing. Yo, Durk was at the top of his game and went to prison. I be tired of hearing that shit, man. You feel me? Like, yo, that's always the story. Big Meech. It's always the story. Yo, nigga get to the top of the game and then allow some fuck nigga in the crew to take him down or let bad decision making take him down. Nah, yo, we gotta get better with that. When you build up these motherfucking conglomerates and these motherfucking empires, yo, sustain that motherfucker, man. Ain't nothing wrong with sustaining it.
DEF member, described by the initials DB, got into a physical altercation with someone referred to as TB, and the circumstances surrounding that incident mirror King Von's murder. The indictment says after DB's death, co-conspirator 1 made clear in coded language that they would pay a bounty or monetary reward to anyone who took part in killing TB for his role in DB's murder. That co-conspirator is allegedly Lil Durk, who authorities say made it known he would pay a bounty to anyone who killed Quando Rondo. According to the court documents, the men used an OTF-associated credit card to buy plane tickets to LA in August of 2022 to search for TB, who is allegedly Quando Rondo, and using funds provided by Lil Durk. Durk allegedly texted an associate arranging the flight, "Don't book no flights under no names involved with me." And prosecutors claim when there, Kevon Grant booked a hotel room for the men to stay at and provided the others with firearms. Grant allegedly procured cars, ski masks, and firearms that were used to find, track, and kill TB. According to the FBI, there is video evidence that Durk was staying at the house in the San Fernando Valley that day. A lot of the stories that we cover here at Law and Crime are very tough to tell, but part of the reason we're able to keep bringing you these types of stories is because of our great sponsors. So I want to take a moment to thank Upside for sponsoring 25 cents back on every gallon on your first tank. According to the indictment, Kevon Grant allegedly rented 2 cars, one of which had a fake license plate for the men to use and follow Rondo and his 24-year-old cousin. But when Rondo and his cousin stopped for gas, according to prosecutors, Asa Houston allegedly drove to a nearby alley before Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and a third unidentified man known in the indictment as co-conspirator 2 carried out the shooting, which was captured on surveillance video. Rondo wasn't injured. However, his cousin passed away after being fatally wounded. According to court documents, the 5 men and co-conspirators used facilities of interstate and foreign commerce, such as planes, cars, cell phones, and
what Durk should have learned. Durk should have learned from the old Black 6. They went out identical. They went out identical, man. Like, yo, you can't, like I told y'all on other videos, yo, you can't just move off of everybody's word, yo. You can't do that, yo. They wasn't supposed to move off of nobody's word in Cali. If they couldn't get Quando Rondo on their own, I'm talking about in their own circle, then they supposed to left him alone. They forced it. That's one of the worst things you can do is they forced it, y'all. And a lot of times, yo, when you force things, God will protect you. I done been in situations where I tried to force shit and was protected. God didn't let it happen. But sometimes if you keep forcing it, going far back, all right, go ahead, do your thing. Do your thing. You know, that probably could have been what the first shit was about, the shit that was in Georgia. That probably was the sign, man, leave it alone. If he had something to do with that, that's probably, yo, leave it alone, yo, fall back. We're going to handle it. Yo, because at the end of the day, y'all, as you get older, what you realize is everything handles itself. Everything handles itself, yo. If them boys is wrong, they going to pay for it. All you got to do is fall back and let life work. That's all you got to do, yo, is fall back and let life work. Because if however they moving, if they move like that on you, they moving like that on other people. But what happened in this case is King Vaugh was wrong. That's the difference. They was wrong. So you can't be wrong and be the aggressor. No, you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for that every time. And that's what we saying. That's what we saying. They paying because they wrong, but they moving like they in the right. You can't move like you in the right when you in the wrong, man. You're going to lose. You're going to lose, man. And this is a loss. All these guys going to prison, federal prison, that's a loss, man. It's not a win.
Internet with intent that the murder of TB be committed. After the shooting, according to the indictment, the men went to a nearby burger spot to discuss payment. Then on the same day, the credit card was used to purchase tickets for Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, Asa Houston, DeAndre Wilson, and co-conspirator 2 to travel back to Chicago. Lil Durk wasn't named in the charging documents against Grant, Wilson, Jones, Lindsay, and Houston. But according to the indictment, the defendants were offered money and lucrative music opportunities with OTF for the murder of Quando Rondo. Prior to Lil Durk's arrest, the Chicago rapper was being sued by the mother of Chicago drill rapper FBG Duck. FBG Duck was murdered in 2020, and his death led to several convictions in a federal conspiracy trial last January. But his mother sued Lil Durk, OTF, and King Von's estate, alleging they were all involved in the shooting as well. According to the suit, OTF operates as a criminal enterprise. After Grant, Jones, Lindsay, Wilson, and Houston were arrested Thursday, the FBI says Durk booked 2 flights from South Florida airports, one to Dubai and one to Switzerland. He then reportedly booked a flight to Italy, but was arrested in Miami before he could board that flight. Lil Durk and the other defendants are being held pending their transfer back to LA. I want to bring on now Detective Eric Barnes to break down this case even further. Eric, thank you so much for joining me today. You know, Lil Durk is a really
Big Low.
Popular
know what's
rapper.
Crazy? My man brought that up. It all started with a girl. 2 girls. Asian doll and Janaea. NBA Youngboy baby mother. Now look where they at. Asian doll still fucking and sucking anything that walks. You know, she been fucking with New York guys. She was fucking with a dude in Texas. She just fucking. Janaea was doing the same thing. She done bumped into an NBA player. Her life then moved on. Now look what's going on. You got Vaugh dead, Durk locked up, Quando Rondo going to prison, NBA Youngboy is in prison. It's like yo, that's why you don't make those decisions, yo. This is a prime example of what happens when you go to war over a female that ain't yours. At the end of the day, King Von was wrong with that. King Von was wrong with that. That was young boy baby mother. The fuck you should have been chasing that girl, man. Like the whole situation, yo, like they was wrong in the whole situation. They should have felt back. Should have felt back, yo. Exactly. Definitely got to improve emotional intelligence.
But what's your reaction to his arrest and his alleged connection to this murder for hire plot of Georgia rapper Quando Rondo?
Well, you know, it's a very interesting case. I've been following it for some time now, but it's very representative of things that are going on. within the hip hop community these days of the, 1 foot in the studio, 1 foot in the streets.
And talk to me a little bit about retaliation within gang culture, maybe even hip hop culture as well, too, that we can even trace back these events
M2800.
in particular, kind of in a way, starting from King Vaughn's death in Georgia in 2020, and 2 years later, Quando Rondo's attempted murder, where his cousin was actually killed during this ambush. What is your kind of reaction to just this whole web and trail that has been going on essentially since 2020, even probably prior to that, too?
Well, one of the things that's been popular with hip hop artists is to maintain the same group of friends that they had since they were kids, maintaining that loyalty, not changing up and becoming a new person because you have fame. And so in keeping these alliances, sometimes there's beef that follows from the streets into rap. And, like I said, these guys live,
I thought he was ready. No, that's it. The problem is, yo, everybody can't go, yo. Everybody can't go, yo, and it is what it is, yo. And I think that's the biggest problem that we have as Black people coming from certain environments where everybody, you struggle with your friends, you want to come up with your friends. I get it. That's how it's supposed to be. That's how we all want it. I want to come up with the same people I was down with. But what you gotta realize, yo, is everybody can't go. And you can, not saying that you can't look out for these dudes. But you gotta look out for them over here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I can't have you in my immediate circumference, yo, because you ain't moving right. It's like being a friend. It's like say you get money. Say you're a rapper, right? But your right hand man, the kingpin. You're not selling no drugs. You just rapping. But your right hand man is the kingpin. You with him all the time. Now, when they come from him, they fuck around just might come for you too. That's just how that shit go. Now, if you'd have separated yourself from y'all, when they came from him, you'd have been clear. Similar to the Young Thug situation. That's why Young Thug in the situation he in, because he didn't separate himself from enough. Even though he wasn't financing nothing that these guys had going on. He wasn't involved in nothing that these guys had going on. But he still was too close. He was asking about street shit that he really should have minded his business on. Yo, y'all ain't get Lucci yet? Man, y'all boys getting soft. But in reality, he ain't had nothing to do with that. That was their smoke. That was their beef. Thug been separated himself from that. But he found himself in that same situation because he wanted to be too involved, yo. And you got to separate yourself from the streets, yo. You got to, yo. The streets is vicious, man. Streets take you under, man. Man, salute to Arizona, Tuscan. Yeah, the streets will take you under. You got to separate yourself. What's up, Nay?
DaytoDay and their alliances also live that same lifestyle.
And, reading through this indictment, there appears to be this really heavy level of planning to allegedly carry out this murder. Plane tickets were bought, cars were rented, ski masks and firearms were bought. Talk to me a little bit about the sophistication you...
Attention, Pennsylvania voters.
Exactly.
Millions of your fellow Pennsylvanians will cast their votes by mail this election.
Great point.
Voting by mail is...
You may have noticed within the planning and these allegations.
Well, one of the things that you have the hurdles, so to say, that you have to get over in this case is just the geographic difficulties going from Chicago to California to commit this offense. And so there's only a couple ways you can get there. Either you can drive or you can fly. And, obviously the advantage of flying gives you more of a time advantage. You can get there faster, but you also leave an electronic footprint. And that's what it seems like law enforcement was able to pick up on. Was the electronic footprints that were left from purchasing the tickets. Now, when you fly, you also have to have transportation on the ground.
Yo, how they cracked this case open was the person that dropped the location. The person in California that dropped the location started the whole fucking case. It jump-started the whole investigation. After that, the police, all these people need is a little bit of, they just need something to go off of. The minute you give them people something to go off of, the investigation is on. We working 17-hour shifts. We flying state to state to state to state. We subpoena phone records. We tapping, we bugging cars. We putting wires on people. Like, oh, this is how these people operate, man. I showed y'all my paperwork. These people don't play. They will listen to your phone conversations. They will bug your cars. And we talking about the federal government. You see what they did to Irv Gotti? They bugged this house. I mean, John Gotti. They bugged this house without knowing it, without him even knowing it. What the fuck they call that shit? A sneak and peek warrant. A sneak and peek warrant, y'all. Where they break in this man's house and bug that bitch. Now you in the house on your day-to-day just talking and rapping. Whole time you been secretly recorded by the federal government. Like, oh, these people play dirty. They play a dirty game, y'all. And that's why I truly believe that when Brick Baby got on No Jumper and said what he said, his fucking house got hit. That's what happened. He got on No Jumper and he said that I ain't that slide for Durk shit, the slide for Vaugh. They ain't saying that no more because of Paul that got his house hit. That's enough for a judge to grant a motherfucking search warrant. Hey, judge, look, we got this tape of a Rolling 60 member. He's close to, we got pictures of him with Durk. He's close to Durk. He is saying that they did this because of Paul. We try and get a warrant. Judge sign off on that bitch. Next thing you know, they coming in. Full blast. Full blast. Yo, what people need to ask Brick Baby is, why did they take your phone? Why did they take your phone? If they was coming to get you because you sent threats for All-Star Weekend, why would they need your phone? And this information we just found out from that live he did 6 o'clock in the morning when he thought everybody was asleep. And then that's another thing. So you sleep. The biggest rapper in the world, not the world, but one of the biggest rappers in the hip hop industry is going down like the Titanic, and you in the house sleep. Man, fuck no. He was trying to get his thoughts together. He was trying to get his thoughts. He know what he told them people. He's sitting there walking back and forth pace. You know how motherfucker be here. That bitch like this. It's how Brick Baby in the house. He don't know what to do. Talk about he sleep. How the fuck you gonna sleep? And then a dude supposed to be your man just got snatched by the feds. Boy, he was woke. He was trying to figure out an exit plan. Man, what the fuck can I tell these people? Cause he hit his house because he talked too much on that fucking platform. And they found him with that chopper and they held that bitch over his head. They held it over his head, man. And that's what they do. What's up, Brick? What you gonna do? 15 years, 20 years, what's up? 20 years, 20 years, information on Durk. What you gonna do? You said it, not us. Then they extract his phone records. They could have extracted his phone records first. Never know. So by the time they grabbed him, they already had the information. Man, look, man. We found you with this strap. What you know? What you know?
So you have rental cars. And if you're there for an extended
or
period
6 I tell you everything.
It also leads to maybe a hotel stay.
You know, as we talked about this level of planning, it also appears there was also this element of not so great planning if you didn't want to be caught. And some of the 5 defendants actually used their real names, their birth dates, and photo IDs to book this travel. And then one of the co-conspirators actually texted another co-conspirator saying, don't book no flights under no names involved with me. What's your reaction to kind of just doing this allegedly and using your real name, your real ID?
But that's the most damaging evidence against Durk. That's actually really the only evidence against Durk, because Didi was an authorized user on that card. That's very important that people got to understand. Didi was an authorized user on that card, so he can make his own decisions. Now, you got one person telling that Cooperator 1 often offers money to get people killed. But somebody else is going to have to verify that. Now, if all them guys stay silent, they don't say nothing, they keep it quiet, it's better for Durk. Not saying he's going to beat it. I'm just saying it's better for him. That's on his side. But if one more person corroborate that story that cooperated to who people think was Jam, or I think his name, OTF Jam, Durk is done. Done. Headshot. No, this was a conversation that was said that it wasn't on the phone.
But also kind of wanting to keep this on the down low as well, too, of not wanting to get caught.
Well, I think that you know, when I read over that, I was kind of surprised by that, with how you know, unhidden that was. But I think also it plays to the element of what their motivation was, and it seemed that you know, there was some discussion of payment, and so sometimes individuals are so intrigued by being able to get their hands on whatever this payment is that they overlook small details, and leaving your name on a receipt or on a reservation is one of those things that they missed.
Trump owns every single abortion ban.
Yeah,
These are rights and freedoms we've had.
Man, you know Quando Rondo checked in. You know he checked in. If you in a gang, and you go to California, which they think that they call the motherland, you're going to check in with your gang. That was the only way they was able to get that drop on them like that. Quando Rondo checked in with the 60s, and the 60s backdoored them. Remember, we said that shit from the beginning. When the information first dropped, y'all know we the first ones to drop it. First thing I said, yo, 60 set you up. It's obvious the 60 shit. It's obvious that the 60s set them up. The question is, what 60s, remember? That's the only question we got. Do Durk have any other connection to the 60s other than Brick Baby? We don't know. But we do know one known connection he have is Brick Baby. That's the known connection. They got several pictures together. But I realized something too about Brick Baby. Brick Baby got shot in Cali and went to Atlanta. You can't trust them guys, man. Them motherfuckers that'll jump state to state because something happened to them, they be the same ones that'll snitch and go city to city, block to block. You snitch in West Baltimore, now you hanging over East. They them same type of guys, man. Get shot and relocate. They be the ones that tell on you. And he went to a whole nother part of the fucking world. He went all like he ain't get shot in LA and go to Tacoma. He got shot in LA and went to Atlanta. Like, god damn. Yo, if y'all watch previous videos and people that watch my channel constantly, y'all know I've been calling him out for a while. Just based off of how he been moving that no jumper. I said, yo, here, tell on somebody. Anybody that'll change the way any street guy that'll change the way that Brick Baby changed just for a couple of hours, will tell on the motherfucker, man.
For generations, and Trump has ripped them away one by one. We need a president who will protect our rights, not take them away. That's Kamala Harris.
Yeah, we 200 away from
We're building this facility to recycle.
Y'all, we is 200 subscribers away from 20K, y'all. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe.
Of times, I think sometimes the defendants are allegedly always kind of wanting one specific target, but then there are some cases where someone else is hurt or killed, kind of in this focus of retaliation. What are your thoughts, given that Quando Rondo's cousin was actually killed when the murder was allegedly plotted for him?
That's how it always happens.
You know, I think it's always unfortunate that innocent people get caught in the line of fire. It's something that we deal with often within street violence. But I also think within the streets, there's also a mentality when there's a retaliation and
obvious
culture
that
right,
y'all.
If you
it's
get
obvious,
caught
y'all.
riding with someone that I have beef with, then
it's obvious, yo. Like, yo, you look at Brick Baby and how when he first found out information, yo, it's obvious. Like, yo, it's obvious, bro. Like, yo, don't nobody look at this shit again, y'all. Like, yo, I can watch this shit a million times. Yo, don't nobody look like this, yo, if they not involved. Shorty was involved. And what happened to that gun case? The feds just don't be dropping gun cases on convicted felons. That's not how that shit normally goes. I don't think they really be trying. They don't really be into that. Where the fuck that damn video at?
Man, look, bro. Oh, the dead homies. Look, first and foremost, nigga, free OTF, nigga, free the homie. You know what I'm saying? Free Durk. 6
The fuck out of here. Look at that damn video right, y'all. Look at this video, yo. This video says everything, yo. Look at your face. I ain't never see that boy that uncomfortable. And then when he was explaining it on his live he was mad calm. Mad calm. Like, I don't want to do too much. Like, he really put some serious thought in how he was going to present himself on the live. Then he didn't even show his face. That boy's scared, man. He know that shit ready to come out.
Back in the day, right. Vegas and they just all over the floor with numbers and shit to call. That's that new shit.
Wait, they got charged by the Fed?
Nothing like it pops up. Let's go real quick.
Who's y'all? You don't know what we talking about.
They got charged by the Feds?
Hey, Omani, you're the man, bro. I really appreciate meeting you. I really appreciate meeting you. See, back in the day, right. Vegas and they just all over the floor with numbers and shit to call. That's that new shit.
Wait, they got charged by the Feds?
Nothing like it pops up. Let's go real quick.
Look.
They got charged by the Feds?
Hey, Omani, you're the man, bro. I really appreciate meeting you.
He is obviously uncomfortable. Obviously. You wouldn't look like that if you had nothing, if you wasn't implicated, if you wasn't involved, bro. You wouldn't look like that. Exactly. He obviously uncomfortable. Obvious. Yo, but let me say this though before we get back to yo, where's everybody getting this? Yo, it's some misinformation being put out there, yo. Yo, where's everybody getting this wiretap information from? Like, yo, we read all the paperwork. Now, nowhere in the paperwork does it mention a wiretap. Nowhere in the paperwork. Now, I see one of the guys from Chicago. One of the guys from Chicago posted about some rats. Fuck that dude that. I can't even find the bitch. But yeah, one of the guys, I showed it earlier. One of the guys from Chicago posted about some rats. But I don't see nothing else about that. Like, where's people? Yeah, where's people getting that from? Breeze. Like, they saying he wore wild for 4 years. Yo, OTF Jam got locked up in May of 2023. He been locked up ever since. The crime happened in August of 2022. So how did he wear a wire for 4 years or 2 years? It was only a 9-month time frame. So I don't understand where's everybody getting that from. OTF ain't saying it. One guy say, "Do you wore a wire?" I'm trying to find it. But y'all, people putting a time frame on it. Do you know how much money it'll cost you to wear for them to get somebody to wear a wire for 4 years? Like, that shit don't normally work that way, yo. Like, normally, wiretaps, that they can only do it for a period of time. Because the judge not going to grant you an unlimited warrant. Like, an unlimited, warrant. You're going to get a certain amount, you're going to get a certain time period to where so you can, I was just looking at the shit earlier. Hold on. The judge going to grant you a certain time period. Matter of fact, I think it's on International Drill Music. That's where it's at. Here you go, right here. This is the only guy. Yeah, but OTS twin said that. Pussy will wire. But where's people getting this 4-year time frame? Like people putting time, like where are people getting that from? Like I'm not gonna run with that narrative. Shit, I'm sure he probably did wear wire. I'm sure he fucking around did wear wire. But where's the 4 years coming from? Like I showed y'all, yo, that costs money, yo. Like I don't think the judge would grant a motherfucking 4-year wiretap. Like I mean, they might, but that damn. All right, well, let's get back to what's it called. I just wanted to say that, yo, because I'm still confused as to where that's coming from. I see the OTF twin dude posted it, but that don't mean he had a wiretap on for 4 years. Like, that's a long-ass time to be wearing a wiretap. You mean to tell me ain't nobody figured that out in 4 years? What the fuck? They must was high. Ain't no fucking way. Because obviously he's asking some incriminating questions. See, I pay attention to motherfuckers, man. You got to watch people, man. But at the end of the day, like I say, he been off the street since 2013. I mean, since 2023. So how much information could he really got?
It just kind of, it's the rules of the streets. Like you put yourself in that situation and now you have to, unfortunately, read the circumstances.
Yeah, exactly, Tiffany. I know.
There's also been rumors circulating online that there might have been an informant or even a snitch within OTF that may have revealed more to the feds. Do you think that's at all possible in this case, that they needed an informant on the inside to kind of give a scoop into kind of how everything was planned out and kind of how everything kind of came to fruition?
Well, I know that there was very detailed information, and it definitely indicates that the investigators did a great job digging up surveillance footage and being able to uncover some of the intimate details. I don't know if there was an informant necessarily, but it seems that they do have some very personal details in their indictment.
And given if there was possibly an informant, kind of how did they all play a role into this case? Because again, within the culture, a lot of times there is a no snitching policy. But what are your thoughts on whether or not there might have been an informant and kind of how that may have all came into this as well too?
Well, you know, the no snitching thing is very huge in the street and within the hip hop culture. But one thing that within the law enforcement community, when someone is looking at a significant sentence, which I think murder for hire either carries in some sort of way situations, death penalty, and also life in prison. You know, it's every man for himself at that moment. And so the old cliche of the first one to talk gets the best deal, normally that way is
you work hard, but everything is more expensive. Dave McCormick would make it worse. See, Dave McCormick was a hedge fund CEO. He's spending millions of his own money
very heavily in these cases.
Some of the defendants, in addition to being offered money, were also promised lucrative music opportunities if they carried out this murder. And I know we've kind of been having a discussion about, you know, how rap culture kind of bleeds into gang culture. But what's your reaction to kind of this lucrative opportunity given they carry out this bounty?
Well, you know, it's the American dream of wanting to be able to create a better opportunity for yourself and your family. And unfortunately, a lot of individuals have, you know, the dream of making it in the rap business, and you're just not given the opportunity. So that is something that is going to be very alluring to a lot of individuals because they not only want to be able to have the rap contract, but also the rap lifestyle, you know, and some people are willing to do whatever it takes to get that.
Sometimes when we see these cases, especially gang cases that also kind of double as like hip hop cases, you know, YNW Melly, this case with Lil Durk, even YSL, I can't help but notice just how young some of the defendants are and some of the alleged activities that they're being accused of doing. They're so young, you know, in their 20s, probably started maybe when they were teenagers. But what are your thoughts on just how young some of these defendants are when they're kind of coming up, like you had just mentioned, wanting this American dream, but then at the same time having this kind of tie to the street culture where maybe they don't see the actual consequences of what could happen. Either they go to jail or they may end up dead on the street. What are your thoughts on just that whole layer and aspect of it?
Well, I think one of the things that weighs heavily on the influence is the fact that, a guy that you may have grown up with, seen around the neighborhood, now he has his lucrative rap contract and is driving, foreign cars and living in expensive houses and traveling, all across the country. They almost become larger than life. And so when you have a young individual that maybe hasn't had the best role models in life, what they're able to see this individual achieve is going to be larger than any kind of verbal warning that someone can tell them. They're going to take their word as being, good. If I can carry out what is being asked of me, then maybe I can live this lifestyle as well. And I think that reality weighs heavier than any consequence that you can think of.
And as someone who is a detective who works with street gangs, kind of what are you hearing from the inside that you'd be willing to talk about on camera as far as, maybe just what the motivation is to kind of continue to be a part of this lifestyle?
Well, obviously what everyone is doing right now across social media as well as the streets and within the street culture is they're kind of unpacking this indictment. They're trying to breaking it down line by line, trying to piece things together, figure out if there is an informant, also figuring out if this was something that was carried out on behalf of King Vaugh, and just connecting the dots on, their from their levels. But I think that what factors into that is the theory that, nobody plans to get caught. The plan is we're going to do it. We're going to get away with it. And we're looking 100 yards down the field instead of seeing what's going on right now. And the factor of getting caught now being named in a federal indictment, that part is not really thought of too heavily because, again, nobody factors in that I am going to get caught for this.
And kind of going back to the Lil Durk aspect of it as well, too, he was, again, a very popular rap artist. He had a lot of popular songs, and a lot of fans did look up to him. But it seems, though, as we don't know at this particular point, but it seems, though, a lot of people may be alleging he's kind of the kingpin in a way of the OTF, and that he is someone who carries out these plots, essentially, kind of running a criminal enterprise. What are your thoughts on just kind of how people allege these popular rap artists are these kingpins in a way of criminal street gangs?
Well, I think with this case, it's going to be very interesting in how it plays out. But we're going to really get into the basics of rap being entertainment or rappers really living what they rap about. And I think there's definitely something that's a hurdle that investigators are going to have to get over, with just proving that this Lil Durk's role in OTF wasn't merely entertainment, that he actually had a role within the street culture of OTF.
And do you see any other hurdles that investigators may come to find when they're kind of going through this case?
Well,
So look, this is the type of paperwork that these motherfuckers be having to get. Consent to use electronic eavesdropping equipment. And you see how I say it got a date. On this date of April 5th, 2005, it say for the purpose of transmitting and recording conversations to which I am a party in order to obtain evidence for a crime or murder and whatever. Offense specified in Maryland court judicial process. Like, yo, everything has to go through the court system. This is a search and seizure warrant. Your Honor, on the premises 2527 Barnes, Baltimore County, 2-story house. There is presently concealed certain property, namely, and they say what they're looking for. So this narrative that they had a wire, that he wore a wire for 4 years, yo, I think that shit is like extremely unlikely. Extremely. Not 4 years, man. Maybe, but like I said, it was only a 9-month time frame between the murder till he actually got arrested. And he haven't been home since. So it ain't like he came home and wore a wire. He's still locked up.
Anytime that you're dealing with multiple people with inside, in an indictment, co-conspirators. Yeah, exactly. Jack, you said they only see consequences. Clout is bigger when you a kid than say in the future when there may not be if you from the block. Yeah, it is. Clout is a motherfucker, yo. I told y'all, yo, it's only a few things that override common sense, yo, and clout is one of them. Clout chasing overrides common sense. Especially when you're dealing with
clout chasers anyway. Chicago was home with a clout chase. Clout chasing came from Chicago. We didn't know nothing about clout chasing before Chicago. I don't know how old y'all is. If you're old enough, you remember. Clout has always been the thing, you know, but you earned clout. You got clout over time. You know, you worked to get clout. You didn't chase it, which means you didn't run plays. You didn't trick the people. You didn't stage fights. You didn't start beefs. You didn't run into motherfucking 7-Eleven and snatch everything on camera and run. No, we never did that. You put work in. You put work in. If you was known for getting money, you was known for messing with the girls, you actually had to put work in, and then clout came naturally. Ain't nothing wrong with that. The clout chasing is what got a lot of these kids crashing out and going to prison, because they chasing it, and they'll do anything to do it, and they'll do anything to get it. And when you chasing it, you're not using common sense. Not using common sense. Goddamn, they what the fuck they was doing.
What's people's roles kind of change, you know, and then there's money as well involved with some of the people that were discussed in this case. So it's also heavily influenced by the street life and culture, gang life and culture. And so what they have today may change, and hopefully on the investigators' end, what you see in that indictment would only kind of snowball and grow larger. Maybe they're able to develop more evidence and convert some of these co-conspirators into
they're gonna have to
witnesses for the government.
I said that to get Durk, y'all, somebody else gonna have to flip. If they really want to strengthen their case, somebody else gonna have to flip. Now we don't know their whole case. You know, that's one thing about the indictment. You don't gotta release all information. You just gotta release enough information so the judge can see that we do got a case. We ain't lying here. You know, we ain't just locking them up and we don't got no evidence. We got a case. So see if you're going to file warrants, we can come grab them or you ain't. And the judge felt like they had enough. They had enough to get the warrant. But this whole situation is wild, man. I think people just need to learn. It's a lot, but it's a lot to learn from this though, y'all. That's the thing about it. It's a lot to learn from this Lil Durk situation, y'all, from this OTF situation. That's why it's good to talk about, you know. Durk is a poster child for, sometimes, you gotta leave friends behind. Poster child. Or, not, and I don't mean to say that like, you gotta cut them off completely. You just can't be the one to deal with them. That's why this indictment of that's why this the dog situation never reached Yo Gotti, because Yo Gotti was separated from the streets. Juk was the connection to the streets. You understand? And you gotta, Durk didn't have that layer of protection. You gotta have a layer of protection when you the bad, which means, let's use Dolph case for example. You had Hernandez Govan. Hernandez Govan was tapped into the streets. He was tapped into Juk. Juk was tapped into Gotti. You understand what I'm saying? So when Gotti died, anything that would have reached, not Gotti, when Juk died, any investigation that would have touched Gotti died with it. Now with Durk's situation, Durk used his immediate circle of friends. Immediate circle. So there's no level of protection. Whoever dropped the low, straight to them, and they handled it. They were supposed to outsource that shit to somebody else. OTF DD or whoever. OTF DD was supposed to reach out to somebody else, and that person was supposed to find the shooters. That way, Durk would have his whole hands would have been clean. He'd have never got caught into this shit. But this is what I mean by, this might not be. It's probably just the beginning of the end for Durk. Because one thing I'm gonna tell y'all, right? And this is tried and proven. When the bars go down, people start talking. You understand what I'm saying? People start talking. Because it might be people that's in prison that Durk was paying for, or whoever was paying for them financially. Now the money stops. everything stops. This is why I think why BG people's told on him or recanted the deal. Because BG caught another pistol case. Now you can't look out for me. Now I don't want to take the deal. I don't want to take the charge no more. You understand? I don't want to take the charge. But we already committed to that. But that's what I'm saying. Once the guy with the bag go down, people get to talking. And there's currently 2 people locked up for what they call a murder for hire of D-Thing, Lil Durk brother. So let me pull that up. Two arrested for the murder of D-Thing. This not it.
Wix gives you the freedom.
It's possible.
To tell your story. With it.
Oh shit, my bad, y'all. I'm sitting there looking at, I thought I had the computer turned over.
Now at 6, the brother of local rapper Lil Durk is dead after shooting at a club in Harvey this weekend. A police officer also injured.
WGN's Kelly Davis is live at the Harvey Police Department to explain what happened. Kelly?
Good evening. Harvey police tell me they were doing a routine safety patrols at Club O as it was closing late Saturday night into early Sunday morning. That's when this all went down and multiple shots were fired. Then 2 hours later, another fatal shooting. Police say they are looking into possible retaliation at play here. Club O is quiet this evening, but police say there was a chaotic scene at the strip club early Sunday morning. Multiple shots were fired and lots of weapons were found at the scene. Dante Banks was killed when he was shot in the head. Banks is the older brother of locally known rapper Lil Durk. The 32-year-old is also a rapper who performed as D-Thing. Shortly before Banks was shot, about 500 feet away, police say Officer E. Muhammad heard gunshots and saw someone with a gun at the club. There was some sort of altercation and the officer was shot in the thigh. A spokesperson from the police department says Muhammad was treated and released in good condition, but it's unclear if the officer was targeted or if he returned fire. Around 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, about 2 hours after.
Yeah, you can't do that, y'all. You can't be in the industry and the streets. So let me take y'all to this article where they're alleging this was a murder for hire. So they got 2 people arrested right now. Now, the feds are going to work on these people. I did a video on it. And look, everybody talking about this. Let me go a couple pages down. God damn. So on page 5, they still talking about this? Jesus Christ. Oh, here we go. Lil Durk. They done took the motherfucking keys from the city from him. Where's the related articles? Look, you see what they're saying? Possible retaliation. Kill and possible retaliation shooting. No, but it's an article that called it murder for hire. Let me type D-Thing murder for hire. D-Thing murder for hire. Anything.
I got the latest for anything murder for hire.
The fuck out of here.
The first headline from CBS Chicago on MSN.com is Chicago rapper Lil Durk arrested in.
Hey, they ain't even giving it to us. I got a video on it. Hold on. Hold up, y'all. I got a video on it. Let me find it. Yeah, and then you got the death of FBG Cash. A lot of people is trying to insinuate or tie dirt to these crimes. And one thing for certain, when motherfuckers start going to jail, like when the head guy go to jail, all the people that were scared to talk start talking. It's a known fact. It's a known fact. Here we go.
Donald Trump has invited hate out of the shadows and into our communities.
Ain't lying, though. It leave you like that.
But Kamala Harris has always brought those who threaten our safety to justice. As president, Kamala won't stop fighting until we are all free.
So it's a video. I did.
I used to fuck with, told me fuck me over money. Said the block gon' get on his ass, that's why he ain't never make a comment. We don't hang with different niggas, no access what we on. The only time we'll be the case, we pull out camera phone. The air hard can stop a war with my face. Mama, I said I'm sorry for putting you through the mind game. Sorry. This bitch too clean, must be the block gun. I can count your shots with a clip. This a black drum. Knew you nigga was different, your man's booking, he ain't got none. My brother died and they be feeling like I'm blue inside. I'm sitting back, I'm thinking to myself like, who gon' ride?
What's the word, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, y'all know what it ain't. Y'all see where we at today? We right here in front of the Club O, where Moneymaker D-Thing just lost his life. As you see, it's closed. They open at 10 p.m. and they stay open at 6 a.m. There's all type of expensive cars out here. I'm not sure who is with who, but as you see, this is the Club O. It's all the way in South Holland. I didn't know it was this far. Y'all just made me drive this far. Y'all owe me some gas money, gang. It's ridiculous. But
death of Stephon. 2 men are accused in federal court of carrying out a for-hire slaying scheme that left a man dead and a security guard wounded outside a youth center in Roseland early last year. Stephon Mack, 24, was exiting the Youth Peace Center on Roseland, 420 West. So that's supposed to be the guy that killed D-Thing. 3:45 p.m., January 27, 2022. No, Duck ain't doing no telling. 2 men emerged from a dark-colored Chrysler and opened fire. According to Chicago police and federal prosecutors, Mack was shot in his head and chest and was pronounced dead at a hospital. A 40-year-old security guard for the youth center suffered a gunshot wound to the leg and survived the attack, officials said. Federal prosecutors accused Anthony Montgomery Wilson, 24, and Preston Powell, 23, both Chicagoans, of conspiring with others to fatally shoot Mack in exchange for money. Both face charges of murder for hire and conspiracy to use an interstate facility and commission of a murder for hire. Montgomery Wilson also faces a firearms charge. Powell is not in custody, and a warrant has been issued for his arrest, officials said. A federal grand jury returned the true bill in October, but it remained under seal until Monday's announcement. Both men conspired with others and with each other to murder 24-year-old. Okay, don't tell it now yourself. That man father, that shit against what that man ain't doing no telling, man. I'm trying to tell you. No, I don't know him personally. But Shorty was aware of this. He talked about it on every fucking song. He knew what he was doing. He knew what he was involved in. He knew the consequence of his actions. Stephen Mack outside the Youth Peace Center on Roseland on January 27, 2022, officials said. 2 gunmen opened fire on Mack. He was killed in the Youth Peace Center, suffered a non-fatal gunshot wound. Powell is at large, while Montgomery Wilson is currently incarcerated at the Menard Correctional Center on firearms and stolen motor vehicle charges. Both men are charged with conspiracy to use an interstate facility and a commission of a murder for hire and murder for hire. Federal officials said in the press release. Montgomery Wilson is also accused of firearms violations. The murder for hire charges carries a sentence of either mandatory life in prison or death, the press release said. Montgomery Wilson was on bail for Class X armed habitual criminal charges at the time of the shooting. He picked up the stolen motor vehicle case while he was on bail for the Class X charge too, according to court records. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of being a felon in possession of a firearm and 1 count of possessing a stolen motor vehicle before Judge Stanley Sachs in January 2023, court records show. Sachs sentenced him to 4 years on each count, with the sentence to be served consecutively. During his bail hearing on the stolen motor. All right, so y'all see, Shorty is locked up for a murder for hire plot. These are the guys that got arrested for the murder of the retaliation murder of D-Thing. Those are the guys. Now, what the fuck is my what's the comment? Hold up. So you got those guys locked up right now. And I'm sure somehow, some way, they was getting some type of financial assistance. If it actually was a murder for hire, they was getting some type of financial assistance. Now that stops. Now that stops. Look at this fucking clown. Yo, what's up with these guys, yo? Adam 22, now DJ Vlad. Clowns Lil Durk following news of his arrest. In multiple interviews, I've said that nobody will get on the plane to kill you. I said this because there will be so much evidence that they're guaranteeing prison. Well, today, I was proven wrong. Lil Durk was actually stupid enough to send 5 guys on a plane to kill Quando Rondo. They ended up killing the wrong person, and now all 6 of them are facing life in prison or even the death penalty. Like, yo, fuck you, Durk. Rallo ain't fucking solid, James B. What you talking about? I did my homework on him. Boy, ain't solid. Yo, fuck Vlad. See, yo, that's the problem with these guys. They think that shit funny. Shit ain't funny. Shorty fucked up. Now they saying this guy had a wire for 4 years, man. I don't know about 4 years. He probably did wear a wire though. If dudes from OTF saying he wore a wire, the boy wore a wire. I'm just debating the 4 years part. Like, look how long him and Didi been cool. Like that's really was your day one man. That was your man. Had access to the cards. So y'all gotta realize, yo, this is where Durk come from, yo. Like Shorty, it's hard to change, yo. It's hard to move past that. Look at y'all got the little firearm. Like money only changed the environment. Durk's problem was his mentality. His mentality didn't change. His mentality didn't change. That was really your man. Right hand shit.
You get triggered by the
beat the shit out of this little ass, man.
You get triggered by the slide for Vaugh comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They be like, they be saying slide for Vaugh. I think they trolling me. Yo, by the way, that song is fire. I ain't gonna lie.
Why would I have to say that in Pakistan?
I just don't see
it is people saying that in Pakistan, Jason B. What you talking about? Rallo say he ain't got no friends.
I don't know. Might be the water.
I done said it to Rallo.
You be seeing them comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
I wonder why. Yeah, though.
You get triggered by the
beat the shit out of this little ass.
I know Rallo ain't solid. I don't know why he would say that. Rallo told brother man. His friends don't even fuck with him. Friends don't even fuck with him. Yo, but Tory Lanez is almost out. Just won his appeal. The court, we have read and considered the petition for writ of habeas corpus filed on October 23rd, 2024. Good reason appearing. The petition will be considered together with the petitioner's pending appeal case in case number B331774, and the prior petition for writ of habeas corpus in a case number the same, which is now pending along with the appeal. Attorney General is directed to serve and file a preliminary response to the current petition of writ of habeas corpus on or before November 20th, 2024, discussing whether, in order to show cause, she issue regarding the issues raised in the latest habeas corpus petition. Petitioner may serve the file and reply within 15 days. So look, y'all. An LA appellate court has allegedly found Tory Lanez to be innocent and are awaiting to reinvestigate Tory Lanez's case to see if he was unfairly prosecuted. Yo, I think that was the right decision, y'all. Because there's no telling who shot Meg. They don't know who shot Meg. Meg don't know who shot Meg. Kelsey never admitted it. Kelsey never admitted it. So I think he got a good chance. Yo, but I'm tired as hell, yo. This live ain't going to be long. I appreciate everybody that tapped in. We're going to keep an eye on this Durk situation, yo. I think his lawyer probably will be speaking out soon. What's today? By Monday, we should hear something from his lawyer. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, yo. I ain't gonna lie. I've been up for I've been up for 2 days straight. Out of the last 24 hours, I've probably been live for 16 of them. I ain't gonna lie. But shit, y'all. If y'all want to support the platform as always, Cash App Baltimore Swag. Yeah, Tory Lanez, it looked like he ready to get some rhythm. I think what actually happened, yo, when it come down to the Tory Lanez situation, I think Meg just was drunk and don't remember. You know what happens? So if you get blacked out drunk, you can get drunk and don't remember. I know, yo. I'm tired of shit. I ain't gonna lie, yo. But I'm gone, yo. Appreciate everybody that tapped in. So double day, keep it you do, and I'm out.